brief intermission for these
25.
guys while the rest of the draw caught up. We now know that
25.
either the Grand Slam champion Gerwyn Price, the Players champion Daryl Gurney, the 5-time major finalist Dave Chisnell, or the former BDO #1 Mark McGeaney
25.
will claim the title today and the £10,000 first prize.
25.
Prior to today, Daryl Gurney hadn't won more than 2 games in a row in any event in 2019. Gerwyn Price
25.
is looking to win his 3rd consecutive PDC floor tournament. Now that hasn't
25.
been done since 2016, when Michael Van Gerwen won 4 Players' Championships in a row. He also did it in 2015. Robert Thornton did it in 2014. Chizzy did it back in 2012, but it is a very, very
25.
rare feat. Has to be said that Dave Chisnell is the man who's been playing the
25.
best stuff so far today in terms of the averages. He's the only one averaging over 100. But both of these guys averaging in excess of 97. But how much
25.
will this little break in play just affect them? We have seen it before. Remember Michael Van Gerwen at a UK Open qualifier was wandering around for about 45 minutes while the other section of the draw caught
Daryl
up.
to throw first.
And it just seemed to knock him out of his stride, and he ended up going out, surprisingly, to Darren Johnson, if my mind doesn't play tricks on me.
92.
Gurney has the advantage of throwing first in this one. However, even though Daryl Gurney has played well today, he actually shades it in the averages over Gerwyn Price. His head-to-head
58.
record against the Iceman is desperately poor. Played 10, drawn 1, won 1, lost 8.
140.
Now, there aren't many players who do that to the world #5 Super Chin.
100.
The most notable of those, or at least the most recent anyway, was the first game of the Premier League this year,
125.
where Gerwyn Price was playing in a tournament he'd never won in. He'd just been hit with this enormous fine for his behaviour at the Grand Slam.
180.
Maximum for Gerwyn, but it doesn't get him to a finish. Gurney. Double 12.
120.
He will be back. And Gerwyn Price put his best Premier League display, one of the best displays we've ever seen from Gerwyn Price on TV, to beat Daryl Gurney in the opening week of the Premier League, and it set the tone. He was unbeaten until this Thursday.
12.
They are 3 pretty poor darts for Daryl Gurney at double 12. Tops for Gezzy. Not to be.
59.
Well, he's had 4 cracks at winning this leg.
Game shot.
6th time's a charm, 1-0 Gurney. Extended format in the semi-finals for this year. First to 7 legs.
134.
In the same format as the Premier League, of course.
58.
Except you can't have a draw in this one.
$95. 77.
When they did meet at the start of February in the Premier League, that finished 7-4 to Gerwyn Price, average 104.
140.
Look at that. We'll zoom, we'll go back, we'll zoom in again. It's the Loop Productions camera hokey cokey. Now then, Super Chin.
140.
Roll of the eyes from the Northern Irishman.
$72. 56.
meeting they had at the back end of last year was also notable. As Gezi looks at double top.
40.
And misses a couple. This would be unlikely, but possible. Bullseye. Oh, Daryl Gurney very nearly producing the biggest checkout in the game for a 2-0 lead. Great adjustment. Gerwyn Price does get a leg on the board. Now, they met at the International Darts Open in Riesa. Gerwyn had already made one Euro Tour final that year, lost out to his fellow Welshman Johnny Clayton, the Ferret, in Graz.
123.
But he was playing some good darts at the back end last year. It was in the build-up to what would become his first major title at the Grand Slam of Darts, and these two had a really good game.
140.
But Gurney could not get over the line. He mismatched darts, and Price nicked it 6-5, and then went on to claim the title. As Gurney
180.
produces his 16th 180 of the day. Not been hitting many of them, Daryl Gurney. Certainly in the Premier League this year, after hitting more than anybody else in last year's campaign. Now, they had words
54.
after that game in East Germany, these two. They fell out.
$58.
They seem to have kissed and made up. There was no animosity between them in the Premier League clash.
100.
We shall see if this is played in a amicable spirit over the course of potentially
94.
13 legs of darts. Double 16 is where Gurney likes to do his business. There we go. No bother for Super Chin. 3 legs in, 3 holes of throw. Gurney averaging 96 right now.
30. $180.
A third maximum of the game. 2 for Daryl Gurney. If he is going to be one of the 4 men in darts right now,
134.
His scoring, you feel, is going to have to be a big part of it.
100.
Gurney is one of these very rare examples of a player who has more major titles than he does floor
87.
titles. He's only won one of these floor events. He's not even won a Euro Tour, and yet he's won the World Grand Prix and the Players' Championship finals.
140.
And he just looks more dangerous in the opening exchanges of this one than Gerwyn Price.
95.
Now, we had the quarter-final for Gerwyn on this board earlier on against Ryan Searle, and he grew into that as Gurney looks at the ball.
Game shot.
And pins it as well. Daryl Gurney. A 2-leg lead on the man of the moment in PDC darts, Gerwyn Price. Had a 20-game unbeaten run this year. Already won 2 titles, looking to make it 3 floor tournaments in a row here in Wigan today, Gerwyn Price, but he's going to have to come from behind against a man averaging in excess of 100.
$66. $140.
That's more like it from Price. His second maximum. Can he just settle into this one? There'll be a lot of very happy Welsh rugby players
44.
around today. Gerwyn Price may not be one of them.
125.
Not the end of the world, leaves him 130. Gurney is looking for 140. That's a frustrating first dart, given the circumstances.
100.
Big moments here. Staying on the 20s. Bullseye.
92.
Quite some distance away. Gurney, he does throw a very long dart. It can get in the way. You can see him moving across. Now where does he move? All the way over to the right.
Game
Oh,
shot.
that is a fantastic visit from Daryl Gurney. Consecutive checkouts of 81 on the bullseye and 80 on double top after he had made life exceedingly
59.
difficult for himself. It is 4-1. And the Grand Slam champion, Gerwyn Price, is on the ropes, and Daryl Gurney is not letting up.
140.
He has won one of their previous 10 meetings. Just one.
93.
That was, in fact, a semi-final on the Pro Tour. Back in 2017, it was the day that Daryl Gurney went on and won his one floor title. If you're looking for omens, maybe that's it. Gurney will
100.
win major titles. He'll beat Michael van Gerwen in finals. He's done it. But the only time he wins floor tournaments is when he beats Gerwyn Price in the semis.
100. 78. 140. 41.
Oh, the pressure just eased a little here on Price. Single 12. Leaves double top.
89.
They're the shots that were going in the back end of his game against Ryan Searle in the quarterfinals. This would be massive. Too massive in the end.
81.
5-5 it is.
10.
Gerwyn Price's bid to win 3 consecutive floor titles may be coming to an end. There's double 16 for Gurney. Makes it 5-1 with another break of throw, and surely from this position there is only one winner.
$43. 100. 140.
Bit of a snarl from Super Chin there. He said on Thursday night, Daryl Gurney, after rescuing a draw
177
in the Premier League, as Gerwyn Price puts in a 177 visit, he said after rescuing a draw against Peter Wright in the Premier League, I need to get back
60
to being nasty Daryl Gurney. Nice Daryl Gurney is rubbish at darts. Shouldn't be turning up and being everybody's friend. I want to get back to hating all of these lot
64
and trying to smash them with every single dart.
$140.
And at the minute, Gerwyn Price is being smashed. He's being smashed all over the board by a man averaging the better part of 100.
25.
That is no use to the Welsh number one. Can he find the treble? He can. Double 19 for 6-1.
99.
Treble 15 to leave double top. Pretty certain that'll be his route.
85, yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have been his route if he'd got the maths wrong. Well, okay, that's left him double 5, but I think he feels that the leg has already gone.
Game
and
shot.
he's right, because this is not just a defeat for Gerwyn Price, it is a bit of a massacre. We saw
58.
him strangely out of sorts on Thursday night, lose 7-2 to Michael Van Gerwen, who was also out of sorts, although somehow ended up with an average of 96 MVG. Just goes to show how
58.
incredible a player he is. But even when he has been beaten over the last few weeks, it has tended to be by either a small margin
81.
or by something genuinely extraordinary. Glenn Durrant did beat him in a semi-final, but had to average 109 to do so. Nathan Aspinall beat him 11-9 in the UK Open semi-finals, but he needed a malfunction from Gerwyn Price's flight.
60.
Gerwyn Flight's Price?
$140. $98.
Well, at least 6 darts from here for Daryl Gurney to inflict the heaviest defeat of the year on Gerwyn Price.
100.
And a significant one for Super Chin. Only once out of 10 previous attempts has he beaten the Welsh #1.
89.
This to make it 2 out of 11, and the last time he beat him, he went on to win the title. Double top.
58.
1 match dart is missed. But more match darts are coming in. Daryl Gurney made an
41.
awful mess of his game with Jermaine Watamena in the quarterfinals, was 5-1 up and ended up nearly losing.
$10.
And surely the same cannot happen here. That would be bizarre. It was bizarre for Gerwyn Price to find himself in this position the way he's been playing.
$54.
The wait goes on. Good marker, you feel.
No score.
It is 7 match darts now missed by Daryl Gurney, who plods back, raises an eyebrow. He has no idea why this isn't won already,
Game shot.
but it isn't. And Gerwyn Price clings on. Well, this is exactly what he needed to do. After missing all those match darts, goes and pins 3 in a target that's smaller than the double.
$140.
Ooh, a little celebration from Gerwyn there. Does he believe that this can be salvaged?
$60.
I can tell you that Dave Chisnell
58.
has annihilated Mark McGuinney. He is into the final. Chizzy has averaged more than 109. And smashed up Mark McGuinney by 7 legs to 2.
180.
But a second 180 of this leg means that Daryl Gurney is going to get more match darts. He has already missed 7 of them.
171.
There is fight left in Gerwyn Price, but I don't think it's going to matter. Double 12 for Super Chin.
69.
Well, it couldn't happen, could it? Treble 19. Yeah, it would have been... you could tell by Gerwyn's expression, it would have been an absolute
92.
wonder dart to find the bullseye from there, even if he had hit the 57. But Gurney, yet more match darts. Double 3. And
Game
finally, Daryl Gurney gets over the line. It was threatening to turn ridiculous, but we do have our final in Players' Championship 7. Gerwyn Price is beaten in the semi-finals, his 5th consecutive semi-final.